guys hadn't beaten Ohio State in a long time. What do you think it is you guys have done over the last 4 years that's allowed you guys to really flip that rivalry around?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of like a day in and day out type of thing. It's how you approach that game. It's not a game that you're always like talking about, but it's always in the back of your mind. I think that has something to do with it, how we practice, how we prepare. I mean, you can talk for hours about what's different, or each week or each time we've played them has been something kind of different. So there's no real thing you can put your finger on, but you're always trying to work towards that game.
What do you think it was last year that allowed you guys to beat them even though they went on to go win the national championship?
I'd say that has something to do with just like how much that game means to us, how much it means to like what that rivalry is. So at that point, with like whatever happens throughout the season, it's, might as well win this one, give everything you have to it.
Hey Max, going into the next season, how comfortable are you with the quarterback roles?
Extremely comfortable with how everyone's been preparing. That battle is a real battle, and it's a very close-knit room, which is always important. Our best rooms have been very close-knit no matter who's playing. So excited to watch them compete this camp, and we'd see who comes out on top.
Have you had a chance to get to know Jake, and what have you seen from him since he's joined the program?
Yeah, he comes in like, it seems like every quarterback we bring in has played a lot of football. So bringing another guy who's been around a lot of football, seen different games, like it's a never bad thing to have more experience in a room.
Max, how different does this offense feel compared to last year?
Are you saying with like new OC type thing? Yeah, definitely a different feel. Like you can feel every offense feels new. Maybe 22 to 23 just because they're the same amount of people, but every offense always feels different. This offense feels excited, an offense that wants to feel explosive. It's the feeling that everyone's chasing.
Max, if you had a message for your high school self, what would you tell them?
I tell them, as much as you love this game, you'll find ways to love it more as you keep on going. Embrace all the good times and the bad times. Like you'd be amazed at the bad times that you had. Like one day you wish you'd go back and just do it all again.
One fun question: if the NCAA did a college version of Hard Knocks, who on the team would be the main character?
You guys probably want to have Bryce as the main character. Jordan Marsh should be a really good main character. He's always fun. I think people would really like to have a camera on him for as much as he could be.
When you look back on last season, Coach, at the podium was talking about the highs and lows, the lessons you guys were able to learn. How much momentum do you think this team was able to take closing out the season the way you did, beating two of the premier programs in college football?
Yeah, you definitely take momentum from that. You have to also be smart with that because you can't just think everything's fine because we won the last 3. There's things to be taken. You got to see guys who are like first time playing, who are very hungry, and it's good for them to like get confidence before they really have to like go a whole season. So I think that is important. Seeing guys get like a taste of what they can do. I think that will be kind of like the main benefit we can take out of those.
Max, what kind of kid is Bryce?
I mean, you guys, every person who's going to sit up here is going to tell you this guy's great, this guy's a great person, but like as soon as Bryce stepped in, a 17-year-old kid walk into a college football locker room, not looking for approval, but just showing like what he does and basically saying, this is me, like not putting on anything fake, like this is who I am and I'm ready to go work. And I think through that he's gotten like what you'd say the approval of people.
As a team, are you comfortable with a freshman starting at quarterback? Because a lot of people say maybe a freshman shouldn't start.
Whoever's taking the snap, like happy with. Like it's Michigan football. Whoever it may be, couldn't care about age. I mean, the same thing with JJ playing quarterback as a freshman. He took real snaps in real big games. It's different. It's a different dynamic with who's in the room. But I would have no fear with a freshman taking it or a seventh year taking it.
I apologize if this is redundant because I think I walked in when you were talking about Bryce. But your first impressions of him, Derek was just saying, he's not like a normal freshman you would see. Definitely not a normal 17-year-old.
Yeah, I just talked about how a 17-year-old coming in, not like looking for approval, but just showing who he is. Like he's just, this is who I am, like how he works, just doing everything, not in a look at me, none of like I'm like obviously there's so much hype around him, but just coming in and working, like just trying to like be a Michigan man and he's all about it. And through that, he's gotten like the approval and the respect from a lot of people.
Is that rare for a freshman, especially quarterback, to get that for even preseason practice?
I got here in the summer with JJ. JJ got here in the mid-year. People love 9. It's different. Like Derek Moore had the respect people right away. Like when he came in as a freshman, it all just kind of, it's a personality thing. It's kind of there is a talent thing to all of that. And, but I wouldn't say it's like incredibly rare, but it's not the most common thing you see in the locker room.
How does a freshman win over senior leadership?
That's a great question. Like a freshman to come in and take over or earn that like trust is just like showing who they are, like being about the right things. Because everyone loves football. You come in, you're playing college football. You're great at playing it. You have a love for the game, but then going and showing like what they put into it. It's kind of like earning trust. It sounds kind of dumb, but it's like you just got to earn it by like doing what you're told from the coaches and doing everything the right way.
It sounds like he's putting real hours in the facility.
You could say that, yeah. You definitely could say that. He's got real hours and he's got like real habits. That's a big thing that goes back to yours. It's like seeing someone's habits. He definitely has all like the right stuff that like wise beyond his years in terms of practice habit. That's normally something you kind of develop along the way, and he's already got a good system.
Summer workouts, spring workouts. He was. I don't think he ever lost a sprint in high school. Is that carried over?
A what? Like a sprint?
Yeah, just like sprints after practice throughout the summer. Like you seen that competition carry over?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It's college, like it's different. Like he's not going to win the sprint anymore.
Yeah.
But no, he's definitely like he was really about like doing the hard stuff in those workouts. Like he's not turning down any of that. But yeah, I mean it's a little different when he's racing different guys. But he's definitely all about like the right type of work.
Is there a specific type of hard workout that kind of comes to mind when you say that?
Like our conditioning tests. Like that's a classic. Like that's kind of like we joke it's a mental test too. Or honestly, we're not even joking when we say that. It really is a mental test. But like you wouldn't know, you're unfazed, and he just goes and attacks every time.
How does Donovan McCulley fit?
Great. He's a fun person. He's actually my locker neighbor. So he's fun guy. Intense in his own way. Like it's like a smile, but it's like a menacing smile. Like he's like just happy to be like he like wants to play football so bad. So everyone loves D-Mac and kind of poke at him about playing quarterback against us too.
What's your impressions of his skill set? What he can bring to the offense?
Some really great things. Some like really, really special things he can bring to the offense, like high point ability. Like just he's got that. There's that feeling when you see him stand out there, like that big body. Like there's a real feeling of like. I mean, sometimes the eye test is a real thing, and he passes that.
You caught a pass on him yet?
I have not, but that would be pretty cool.
Max, you guys are from Chicago. Looking for a Colston Loveland story.
Okay. I could give you guys a lot of Colston Loveland stories. I don't know if you want all of them.
Take your best one.
What are you looking for? Like fun, or was this about Colston as a person?
Whatever strikes you as helping to paint a picture of the guy.
If I were to paint a picture of Colston, it would be. I mean, I could talk about him like that's one of my best friends in the world. Like that's a call. Like that's my guy. But what made Colston like so like special is like everyone like he's a different level like a celebrity in like the tight end in college football world. He knew everybody in the building's like name, like down to like the fifth, like the bottom of like the grinders. He knew everybody's name. Most humble possible. Like you'd like also like check your phone, like he's doing some like crazy event. You wouldn't know. Like he was just the best person. Like as hardworking, like down to earth for everything that like he has from what he's like earned. Like he would just Colston Loveland shows up every day and he's just like the best person you could possibly be in the building.
How important was he to the offense last year? I mean, you look at the numbers and then the overall passing numbers. It seems like he got a big role.
Yeah, like incredibly important. Tight end at Michigan's a big deal, like really big deal. But like obviously there's the numbers. I couldn't give you the numbers of like ball is going 18. But I don't think people realize like how important like if you had to put him at the point of attack, like he's going to go to the point of attack. He could do it. Like he was useful in all facets of the game. I mean, his route running ability. We talked about. I think I saw him lose. Yeah. There's only 2 routes the whole year where I was like, all right, he probably couldn't have got the ball here. Like, he was unbelievable, like always open. But what my favorite thing about Cole, because what I do like blocking, is that like there's nobody I trust in the moment. Like put him right next to me, he'll be at the point of attack too.
Max, you mentioned coming in with JJ. What does it take to be a quarterback in the Big Ten from what you've noticed, and maybe even how that's different from other quarterbacks that are in other leagues and ones you guys have seen, in all the bowl games and postseasons you've been at?
I'd say it's different team to team. I mean, at the end, like it's about winning football games. So like that's the most important thing. Like JJ once said like the most important stat of a quarterback is like wins. But it's different for each team. Like some teams have their quarterback win the football game. We've had games where we tell the quarterback to win the football game, and we've had games where we tell like every single person to like give just as much. And like quarterback is a position where you kind of take on a little bit more of just the nature of the game. But it's different team to team, game to game. But whoever we put out there will be ready to do that.
I was going to say, with Michigan, obviously, you guys are known for being able to run the ball and physically imposing. Does that take some pressure off of whoever ends up being a quarterback for you this year a little bit? Yeah,
that's basically what I mean by like the week-to-week thing. 3rd and 2 is a lot easier than 3rd and 8. So like if a team can get their quarterback to 3rd and 2 every time, like it makes the job easier. And that's a week-to-week thing. Like if you ask your quarterback to win every single time on 3rd and 7, it's going to be a harder week than the 3rd and 2 week.
You guys are picked in the top part of the Big Ten, but maybe not number 1, which is different than 2022 and 2023. I guess, do you have a sense of feeling going from like the hunted to the hunter? Do you feel that?
We've always been like the business of hunting. Like, that's always been our thing. We never wanted to just kind of like sit on the top and enjoy it. It's always been kind of a motto in the building that we're always trying to hunt them down. So the lower the better, the more people to hunt.
How does that feel? Like, how different does that feel, right? When it's still Michigan, so it's always going to be a big game, but instead,
I'd say like we don't really feel. There's no like different feeling in the building. It's talked about like, hey guys, like look where they're ranking us. Like let's go prove them wrong. But at the end of the day, like you still, every time you step on the field, like if you're ranked 5 places below a team, it's not like they start with 5 more points. So it's the same game no matter where you're ranked.
And then I guess just as far as an offense, how ready are you to rewrite the script?
There's no more offense that wants to rewrite a script than ours, just because everything, all the stats, all the numbers that go behind that, like guys just want to go out and play football and just play winning football. Like we're not trying to chase a place on what like explosive offense we are. We're just trying to chase a number amount of wins.
Max, you've mentioned Jordan Marshall a couple times today as someone you respect highly. What's made you say that about him, and how have you seen him grow this offseason?
Yeah, a lot of respect for Jordan. Great personality. Like guys just love Jordan, and like there is an element of like you get a guy like that, like you want to play even harder. There's times in the weight room, I think you were in there, but I was like, times I see Jordan do something in the weight room, I'm like, hey man, like you should be blocking for me. Like we joke around with that, but there's a lot of things he's done right to put him in the position where we all view him that way.
How do you view the running back room with him and Justice?
It's a great running back room. Like pumped about that room. Like can't mess with those two. So they're both excited to do what they have to do.
Obviously, there's a lot of guys come through, go to the NFL. What is it like for the younger guys when they look up to you? Because you obviously you're that young guy that for the veterans. What's that experience been like?
It's been pretty cool. It's very it's a different feeling. It's something that you gotta like. When you're a young guy, you kind of just do what the older guys are doing. So being the older guy now, like you have to remember like what you're doing, someone else might follow. So you have to almost be even on more point than where you were when you were younger. Being voted captain is the greatest honor of my life.
who's the next up that they don't know?
I don't know their names. I mean, you guys know Derek over there. Like, he's one of the hardest to block in the country. Excited for some of the new guys who came in, like Trey Williams and Damon Payne. And obviously, you guys know about Rayshon, but like we call it the run wall. Like, whoever gets put in that position, like, if you're on the Michigan run wall at some point, like, you're going to be looked at for the NFL.
That's going to try to talk to you right now. Get more goal line packages for yourself, running, passing.
Is there going to be more, you're saying?
Maybe a trick play here and there.
We don't know. Not sure yet. That's up to Coach Lindsey and Coach Moore, but I take a lot of pride in those goal line snaps. So whatever the job may be asked for those, there's something special about when you're on those close yard lines.
And what do you feel like you think you've most improved on in your time on the track?
Most improved. I'd probably say like leadership, just because the people I got to watch. Like, I came in and I was a captain of my high school football team, and like thought like I knew how to be that guy. But then freshman year, watch Josh Ross, Dane Hutchinson. Sophomore year, you're around guys like Mike Sanders still, Ronnie Bell. Like, you're around so many different different types of leaders growing up that like I think I've learned so much and gotten better through just being around those type of guys.
Why could this offense be better this year than last year?
A lot of reasons. Running backs are unbelievable, but like it's just you go position to position. And I think the biggest thing isn't just about like guys. It's just about like a hunger. It has more to do with how hard you're playing than it has to do with X's and O's. I think it's just because of what happened last year. You'll see a better outcome this time.
Do you sense that motivation daily throughout the offseason?
Definitely. It's you don't want to sit there and like beat yourself up about like what happened, but at the same time, like things go wrong, you're able to kind of like remind yourself like, hey, this happened. Like there is no room for just to like let this one slide.
Max, how did you see Sharon handle last year as a first-year head coach, and how have you seen him change heading into this year?
Yeah, it's hard to say like change yet because we haven't seen a full season. But Coach Moore is it's all about like that Michigan method of just like being the same guy every day, like coming to work and like the don't care mentality, like just keep going. And I think that was very important to get those last wins at the end. We're not focused about what happened yesterday, just focused about what happened right now.
Max, there's a lot of talk about potential 16-team playoffs. I'm just curious what kind of voice should the players have, since they're the ones that would actually be doing the heavy lifting on this?
I mean, I really don't know how much, like, I don't know. I love playing football. I've never, like, seen what a 16 would look like. Yeah, I really don't have much to say on, like, what it would look like, what we would be doing. But there's more football. I know that comes, like, media stuff. Like, you probably want to see more football, but I still like playing football. However many more games there are.
Well, you played the 15 2 years ago. It would be more if you make the 12-team playoffs or more for the 16.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, like, that had to have done a lot to your body. Can you imagine after that Washington game getting up to play another two?
It would definitely be different. I don't know what the scheduling of it is. It all comes down to scheduling. Like, I think we had like a quick turnaround between the Rose Bowl and the National Championship, but like at that point when you're in those games of the season, like, but those ones mean so much to you, like you can do anything.
Your impressions on the offensive line from what you saw in the spring, and why can these guys be good and better than this?
Yeah, I keep saying the word hungry. I keep saying the word like excited. But that's a group who's like all about those two things. Like the standard of Michigan, like gone back-to-back Joe Moore awards to then a national championship O-line. Like that bar is high, but it's not a group that wants to get to the bar. It's a group that wants to push the bar even higher.
We've heard good things about Crippen. Can you just talk about his offseason and what you've seen from him since he's gotten here now?
Yeah, a guy who's had, I wouldn't say had, has gotten the opportunity to, with sitting behind Andy Restardis, to then Olu, to then Drake Nugent. So like he's gotten to learn all that, and he just wants to. Another guy who wants to push that bar. He's gotten to see like what the best guys look like, and he's all about not just trying to like be another Michigan center. Like he wants to be one of those in that same caliber.
To add on to that, last year it was all new starters on the O-line. This year you have experience coming back.
Yeah.
So how does that help? Knowing they've got 2-3 guys who were there last year.
Like veteran football players mean a lot. As many snaps you play in college football, the better. One game snap is 7 practice. So I count Gio as a starter last year, so he was kind of able to help out with that. And Miles played before, but when you have a whole line who's played, and more importantly, played together, that's the biggest piece, is having time on task with each other. That's what really kind of carries along a veteran line.
Max, not that Bryce isn't big enough to take care of himself, but with him being 17 and so young and all the attention, does the team try and protect him and insulate him a little bit just from everything that goes on when you have that profile?
I wouldn't say protect. Nobody will understand that life but Bryce. Everyone has their own life. There is I take a little bit of pride and responsibility in being the older guy who can kind of calm college football down for him. But at the end of the day, Bryce has been this guy, and he knows what his life is like, and he's unbelievable on how he handles it all. You wouldn't know the amount of lights that are on him. He just shows up every day, and as long as he just shows up, gets better football, goes the next day, and that's what it's all about.
Can you imagine that kind of attention at 17? Thinking about what you were like at 17?
I'm thinking myself at 17. I mean, that would definitely be crazy, but I think it's if you're a college football player, if you were to ask yourself would you want that, you probably would say yeah, if you want that hype because you are that good. So, but I don't think he sees it as a deficit. I don't think anyone does. He just is ready to go show what he is, and not go prove to anybody, but just prove to himself who he really is.
You compare and contrast Jordan and Justice. How similar, how different?
Very similar and very different at the same time. Jordan's a little more outgoing, and Justice will kind of come in and be a little outgoing. They're good friends, two different energies, different types of guys.
But in terms of playing style.
Oh yeah, more the football question.
Yeah.
Jordan, if you were to line them up both, you kind of they look like the same running back. They both have that home run speed, so it's hard to give them the thunder and lightning type thing that everyone wants to see. But both can hit the home run, and both are plenty willing to get downhill. If I were to compare them, I'd say they're pretty similar. But two running backs that can wear you down over time, and once one gets worn down, here comes the next one.
Max, what's it like to beat Ohio State before it goes to play?
Yeah, that means the world. It's why you come to Michigan. That's it's the game. It means anyone who knows anything about college football knows what that game means. So being able to win that one for 4 straight definitely means a lot.
What did you think it said about your program last year? I think maybe it could have gotten away from you guys if you let it, and instead you finished the season beating Ohio State and Alabama.
Yeah.
How did you guys do that, and what does it mean?
Yeah, it says a lot about the program and what that blueprint is, because Michigan football is all about right now, about what you can do right now, and never think about what happened. And I think those games kind of reinstilled, not reinstilled, but show that this is why we do it. This is why we only care about what's next, and taking control of what we can right now.
Max, what are you looking forward to this fall with the offense?
A lot of things I'm excited for. Excited to see a lot of young guys, or not even young, but guys who haven't got to really show what they're all about. Excited to go watch them do what they know they can do, and just go prove themselves right.
What do you say about your young quarterback?
Bryce has been a great guy to be around so far, and every person who gets in front of a podium is going to talk about how great someone is. But Bryce is a real deal, special person to be around. It's fun to be around, exciting to be around because the energy brings, and the competitive energy he always has.
You're playing Oklahoma. That's only the second time in school's history. Looking forward to that game.
That will be cool. It's always cool going to a different type of stadium, different conference. Those games are really cool, so I'm excited to go down there.
About 3 minutes for Max.
You've talked a lot about Bryce in terms of maturity and approach and all that kind of stuff. He is sort of known as being a little bit of a physical marvel. Did you have any wow moments with him during the spring?
Yeah, there were, definitely. There's some wow moments, like a throw he'll make. You're like, that's very impressive. And then at the same time, you like look at him and be like, this guy put on a couple pounds, might go play edge. So there's some wow moments like that.
Non-football question. You play NCAA?
I do.
And what do you think about how they physically made you look in the game? Is it good? Is it bad? How
Physically, yeah, it put some good like attention to detail on it. That my player looked all right.
No complaints?
No, I look good.
What's your rating?
Bad. That was one where that's the opposite. I think the rating was pretty crazy.
So they made you look good, but your performance-wise, they made you bad.
Yeah.
Max, a lot of opportunity available with Colston gone in the tight end room. I guess walk us through who the next guys up are who can fill some of what he brought last year.
Yeah, Michigan tight ends. Like we take pride in that room. Like we have like top to bottom guys ready to play. You guys know about Marlon Klein, like a guy who you guys have heard probably 50 times. This guy's the most athletic. This guy's this. Like he just wants to go prove it. And I think if you guys go watch him in the trenches, like stats don't show like what he does. Like he's a dominant force in there, and he'll be even more excited now to go catch some footballs. And there's more guys in that room. Like I go all the way down. I can talk about the tight end room forever, but Hogan Hansen, Zach Marshall, Jalen Hoffman, guys all ready to play. Guys who can play Michigan football whenever they're needed.
Actually, what's the effect, if any, on players when your program's waiting for an NCAA rule?
I could see it being a problem at places, but Michigan, like, we're wired differently in that we just care about right now. And I'm sure everyone says it. Everyone says, "Oh, control the controllables." Like, no, we live and die by that. Like, all we care about, like, guys are just excited to get back home and run the conditioning test tomorrow.
What's your impression overall of the freshman class?
They're a fun class. Good guys. The locker room is laid out differently than it used to be. This is more lighthearted. So now we have like rows, and once summer comes, they get their own row, and like they take pride in their row. Like that's 25th row. So like we'll joke around, we'll kind of like walk through it, and just like kick some lockers and look, hey. But they're fun. Like they're a good group of guys who are also like, I give them a lot of credit in that like they're hungry as well too for not even being here for what happened. Like there's some, I don't know, I wasn't a big recruit, but like some element of the team that you committed to isn't doing well, and like they're just even more excited to come prove people wrong.
How much motivation is there this year because you guys did struggle last year?
A lot, definitely a lot. The greatest motivation is like when you've had something you can't have anymore, so you want to go get that back.
Really hard for you coming off a national championship to go through that.
Definitely, yeah. That's basically what I mean. Like you have a national championship, and now you don't have that same level. So all you want to do is go get that back.
One question about what happened after the Ohio State game, quarterback stuff. Looking back on it, what do you think about what happened? Any regrets? Any pride? I mean, I don't know whatever.
I mean, you don't want to have like college football isn't meant for fighting. Like you're not supposed to have. I got pepper sprayed. That one kind of sucked, but like that's not part of like what the game is about. The game, it is like I haven't been to the other rivalry games, but I know that's probably the most heated game in college football. But I mean, at the end, it's still not supposed to happen like that.
Do you guys take a little bit of extra pride having run the table, undefeated national champion, where you were playing in a 4-team playoff, where you didn't have the margin for error, where you can now lose a couple games and win a national championship? Do you see a little bit of a difference in the way that you guys did it a couple of years ago versus how maybe it can now be done moving forward?
Yeah, yes and no. Like college football is an ever like living, breathing like thing. There is an element of like when you grow up watching college football, like if a team loses 1 or 2, like it's scary. Like it'll always be nice to be able to sit there and like have like the clean like 15-0. But like I think as time goes on, with more and more games, like if we talk about like a 15-team playoff, like football is going to be a little different. So it'll over time, I think people will adjust to it, like how the NFL, like teams can lose a lot of games but still make it. I think it'll kind of change. That perception will change over time.
He's going to get to lunch.
Thank you, Max.